Okay, here we are then, Super Vets. This is for over 50s. In this first heat we've got Hale A, Brixham A, Boscastle, Caradon B and UCSC Brightling C again. So looking at only 5 crews in this heat, but we have a good line of crews out the front of this at the moment. So the Super Vets category is for 50 plus rowers. Currently the Super Vets is the largest demographic in gig rowing. Make of that what you will. Over 34% of the participants at the World Pilot Gig Championships were aged between 50 and 60. Which is interesting because there's only 4 heats of them here today. So out in front at the moment we have got Brixham. They are being shadowed on the outside of them by Troy, which is Boscastle. And then you've got that Caradon B crew just in behind them. Followed by Petrock on the far side, which has got Hale with the GoPro stuck on the back. And then UCSC Brightling C bringing up the rear in Pegasus. Again, it's flattened off lovely up the top here. I keep saying it. The only thing that's disturbing the water now is probably the wash of the umpire boats and our boat. Although ours is minimal. It's probably the best Stream Team boat I've been on for wash, to be fair. Boscastle will just make a little move outside of Brixham. And again, Brixham, another really buoyant club at the moment, did a fantastic job last week of hosting the Vets Championships. Then they also, as a glutton for punishment, held their own regatta on the Sunday. And you can see then, here goes that Boscastle Cox. He's diving up the inside. I don't think they've quite got the speed to be able to make that work. And so actually they'd probably be better just sitting on their rudder for a little bit. Getting that tow, conserving that energy, allowing Brixham in front of them to take them out the race and just get them comfortably in front of Caradon. Because again, it's about getting the top 2 off to the semi-finals. Everyone else goes to the repechage. So as we come, we're probably about 12 lengths out from the mark here. Definitely Brixham are going to have this over Boscastle, over Caradon. Then it's up to the coxswains. Again, lots and lots of what we're saying at the moment. It's about coxing around the mark, it's about seamanship, it's about reading the race, it's about turning it away from being a procession and still racing around the marks. But we're still without making as contact and impeding crews or stopping their ability to steer. Round Brixham go, they've taken it nice and wide, keeping the speed. There's no tide up here now. And Troy go round as well. There's probably about half a length of water in between them. And they're followed by Caradon here. Again, a massive undertaking by Caradon to put this event on, really. 91 races in the day, yet they still field crews and absolutely everything across the day. Followed round by Hale, taking it nice and tight. Didn't really need to do that. They'll be off to the repechage, probably along with Caradon and UCSC Brightling C. These front 2 have got their places secured in the semi-finals. And we're now up at the top mark here. Brixham go round the top. Boscastle go round. Caradon next. They batter over the buoy, that's the way. Hale now have to bear out after taking that first mark so tight. It's been a good mark from Caradon. They managed to get around that a little bit tighter than everyone else. And Hale sweep right around it. Probably 5 or 10 metres off the buoy there, really. Needs to be a lot tighter than that around the top mark. And then Pegasus with UCSC Breitling Sea in there as well. Probably about 6 lengths off that top mark now as well. And Brixham just reached the 3rd mark. And nothing's going to change in this race, I don't think. My phone's not having a good time. So here we are back up with the next heat. We have got Gibraltar with Helford, Weymouth in Dagger, and Salcombe, I think, are in Jeanette. All 3 gigs at the moment are in a line, and we are probably 20 lengths out from that boat, or sorry, from that buoy. So they got 8 lengths or so to work out what they're going to do before they head into it. It's all to play for here, Johns. And again, Dagger, second time I've spotted it this tournament. Bits of rope hanging all over the place. So if anyone's rowing in Dagger later on, please make sure you pulled in all the painters, both from the stern and from the bow. And they've also got a little bit of weed caught on the bow, which is snagging as well. So as we reach the umpire boat, this is going to be a tough one for the umpires to call. Oh, Helford on the inside. Have they got the overlap over the Coxswain? So, Dagger over Gibraltar. Gibraltar over Jeanette. Don't know about that. That's close, isn't it? So round Dagger go. Salcombe have just got to be careful on the outside up here. Although, to be honest with you, Gibraltar are taking it nice and tight. Weymouth are off up to Devon by the look of it. She's still not turning the mark. She's about 10 metres off it and she's down. There we go, finally. We go round it. Got the whole of the Pacific Ocean between that boat and that first mark. Helford go round inside. They'll be happy with that. Salcombe then just lost a little bit of space on the outside here. Tamar Tavy going round in Len White. Cox takes his hands off the strings round the mark to shout, cupping his hands round his mouth. And so they miss the mark massively as well and end up going way past it. And Rain rowing their own boat and East Mary come round in 5th. So again, we are looking for the top 2 going straight to the semi-final. Everybody else is off to the repechage. And as we head up towards the second mark, the order's being confirmed by the umpire for going round. Well, not necessarily the order, because it's not a procession. It's just who has priority to do what they want with the water. And so you've got Weymouth, which are again, there is probably 20 metres between them and the mark. And if I was every other Cox, okay. Round we go. Helford go round in seconds, tucking inside them. Again, they lift their oars up and over. That's the line we should be taking. Round this top one that's nice and tight. Round Jeanette go, which is Salcombe. Len White go round in 4th. And then Anita Mary. What's interesting about these events, obviously, is people are starting to be working out the lone boats. And I have to say, the lone boat situation for getting boats to championships at the moment is pretty dire. I know Caradon were let down last minute by a number of clubs pulling out with towers. You know, these boats, these events, in order for them to be fair and open, have to have equal boats, and we've ended up with a heat here really where I think Len White is probably a little bit quicker than the other 4 or so. But hey, that's lone boat championships for you. We head down to the 3rd mark. Weymouth are now way out in front. And we follow them down again. Nothing's really going to change in this race. Helford go round in 2nd. They have got Salcombe hot on their heels. Again, decisions to make for that Salcombe crew. Do they push like mad to try and get into 2nd and go straight through to the semis? Or do they accept their fate and head to the repechage of doom? Okay, we head off then for Heat 3 of the Super Vets. In this one, we have got Dart, Coat Hill Key, Appledore, Bridport, Mount Spey and Paynton. So we've got a big old Devon Cornwall battle going on in here. Again, lots of reputable crews. Mount Spey ladies are the Super Vets World Championship, World Champions, and we'll probably be looking to hold on to that title again at Swanage at the end of this year in October. And as we career across the line here, Brunel Bridge and the Tamar Bridge in the background. Spectacular location really for racing. An ideal location for a championships like this to hammer through the racing today. It looks like we have got Spur out in front. But again, one of the interesting things as well, once we get into these, I lied to you, it's Helford out in front at the moment, and with Dart in there with the burgundy blades. You got Spur with Mount Spey, and again it's just that slight difference on the line here. What's tending to happen is they're tending to spread themselves right out across that start line, and then when things come together up at the line at the top here, we get a little bit closer together. So anyway, we have got 30 lengths between us and the boy. Dart nice and controlled out in front. Again, we're seeing lots and lots of these crews just opting to probably row a little bit more steadily than maybe they would choose to do so in their normal set crews. So you can see this Dart crew that's out in front at the moment are really choosing just to let the boat run at the end of the stroke, be nice and patient as they reach forward. And you can just see the slight contrast in styles between the men and the women in that boat. And then Mount Spey coming in then from the outside. And again, you can see with that slightly different crew makeup, they've opted to go for the male in stroke. 3 and 2 in that one. And they're going to go in second to this mark. You've got Wolf with Coat Hill Key in. Going to go in third, and Bridport out here in fourth in Governor. Appledore in Zorn. And Paynton, I think, in Amazon. And so we're now at the umpire boat here. The race official's ready to call it. Steve Mullen doing a great job today on this first mark. Part of a raft of volunteers that are helping officiate this race. I'm sure if you see them on the shoreline to pass on your thanks. So that's Dart out in front. Spur going to go in second with Mount Spey. Coat Hill Key just go to sit on their rudder and just catch that toe in. And again, Coat Hill Key will just have to be careful here not to nudge any rudders. That toe now is just pulling them in. There's now probably a quarter of a length of clear water. And row stroke side go. Dart choose to knock it over. And you can see Charlotte in Mount Spey Experience Cock. She's not too bothered by what Coat Hill Key were trying to do behind her. Round Coat Hill Key go. Just lose a little bit of distance. They're followed by Bridport. And it's a good turn there from Appledore as they come right up inside Bridport. But you can just see that turn inside. You can just see the Appledore cocks now having to readjust to come back out. It's always the key with the first turn of a kite. It's not as sharp as you think it is. So even if you think you can get inside someone, you might have to recheck your course because you've only got 300 metres or so till that next mark where you have to be going in at the right angle for that one because it's over 90 degrees. And they go around the top mark now. Dart take it nice and tight. That's the line to take. Mount Spey go round as well. You still see Coat Hill Key just hugging their rudder. Got to be careful not to hit it. And round Coat Hill Key go as well now. They've gone a little bit wider than Mounts Bay, opting to try and keep the speed. It can be quite wise up here at Caradon, up here at Salt Ash. Round this top turn, particularly for this afternoon, that actually that outside lane isn't the negative track that you think it is, because the conditions will help you round the top there. And again, Appledore just get round inside Bridport, and you've got Painting going round as well now inside them. And this race again, classic first heat of a tournament, looks like it's all sewn up. Top two go through to that semi-final. The other lot will hit the repechage. And as we come alongside them, we can see Painting here. Rowing in Amazon. Painting, the host of the Masters Championships in the middle of August, as well as the next of the Summer Senior Series. Entries are open for both of those, so make sure that you get them in. But Dart have just gone round this last mark. They've stretched out now to probably 5 or 6 lengths over Mounts Bay. Mounts Bay go round again, taking it nice and wide. No need to knock this one over. And again, Coat Hill Key here just matching their moves, just sitting behind in their stream. And again, Appledore still just trying to nudge up the inside here of Bridport. But again, those two crews are definitely off to the repechage. And you can see that nice tight turn there from Appledore. And again, though, that lifting the oars up at this point has just meant that Bridport have kicked out to clear water. But again, these crews in Wolf, Governor and Zorn have got to make a decision whether to chill out now and just save it for the repechage. Especially Governor and Zorn, there's no chance they're going to move up into those top two positions. Whereas Helford and Spur, which is Dart and is Mounts Bay, both wearing black tops, will be heading straight off to the semi-finals. What day? So this is the final heat of the Super Vets. Just having a moment of recalibrating. We've got changing batteries. I'm now holding a camera as well as trying to talk about the rowing. But we have got Caradon A out here in front. In Troy, it looks like we've got a Padstow crew coming in second in Pegasus. And we are now 10, 12, 15 lengths away from that first mark. And again, you can see with this Caradon crew opting for a slightly different configuration. No. And then in Brixham you have got, Brixham's boat rather, you have got Padstow. You've then got Kovrak and Speedwell, Exmouth and Rapparee, and then 2 gigs in the curve bringing up the rear. Looks like Brixham Gig Club in Petrock, and then we've got Grace further back as well. But this Caradon crew now are probably 5 lengths up on the rest of the field. They're coming past the umpire boat now. And they start to cruise into it. And round Caradon go on the first mark again, just taking it wide. Wind's just slightly freshened in the last 10 minutes or so. Feels like it's swung round ever so slightly. And up towards us Padstow come now with their Super Vets crew. Followed by Kovrak. And Exmouth. But again, this field's completely spread out again. Top 2 will be going through, that's Padstow and Caradon. Kovrak will live to fight another day in the repechage. Little every inch matters there from the Cox to the Exmouth crew. Hope he's definitely talking about Rowan still. And round, I think it's Brixham come on that last mark. Yeah, it's Brixham. And then I think we've got another Hale crew, is that? Brilliant showing from Hale today. I think that's probably 6 crews I've now counted that they've had go around the tracks. So great showing. Obviously they hosted the under-14s a couple of weeks ago, did a great job of that. So great to see that they've got so many crews. And they've all gone around the top turn now. Caradon are well down the 3rd leg. And around go Padstow in 2nd, Kovrak in 3rd. And round go Brixham, really opting for the loose and long. There's a speedboat on the far side of the track that have just absolutely lumped Caradon with a load of wash. And you see the bows lifting up and out the water. And Hale are next, coming round in 6th place. Their day's not over yet though. They will go to the repechage, where they will be given the chance to fight again for their place in the semi-final. And one of the things we say about tournament... So we are now going to cut the stream at the right time. We've got a bit of drone battery charging to do, so the repechages we'll be bringing with you on our cameras and no droning. We'll be back with you soon.